welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Here today in Coniston at the Ruskin Museum to have a look at the Bluebird wing. Right, let's head into the Bluebird wing. Very quiet in here. There's lots of artefacts in here. So obviously this is Donald Campbell's boat with the footage that you've probably seen of it on Lake Coniston when it became airborne and flipped and landed in the water, killing Donald Campbell as it did so. And yeah, this was recovered from the lake bed in 2000, and this museum, this wing of the museum, was indeed built to house the boat, which is subject to some legal wranglings at the moment. This is the Land Rover, the Team Land Rover from 1960 that was made by Land Rover and given a sponsorship for the land and water speed records. Actually, well, I said land and water, is actually the land speed record. And in the middle here we have some of the remains of Bluebird. This is just where you can see on the floor there the outline of the boat just behind the cockpit. This is part of the monocoque that was brought up from the bed of the lake in 2000. This is the jet engine that was actually fitted inside Bluebird when it crashed. So this is an Orpheus engine from turbojet engine from Bristol Siddeley, which was replacement for the original engines. I forget what they were that were taken out. They were in there for the previous land speed records, and this was brought in to give it a little bit more speed. So it does say here the engine has acted as Bluebird's sacrificial anode. So basically its magnesium alloy casing has dissolved, thus ensuring that the other metals in the hull have survived in a fine condition, enable the full conservation and sort of rebuild of the hull. It's quite interesting. So this is a project that Donald Campbell was working on, which is the Jetstar ski boat that basically went into production after the crash on Coniston. Look at the view outside. So this is a Mark 101 engine that was originally fitted to a Gnant, and this will be fitted to K7 when she's returned to Coniston. Yes, so I don't want to go into too many details, but there's a legal wrangling over who actually owns the boat. Some fantastic things in here. Beautiful models. You see the Bluebird models here, the car, and the toffee, Bluebird toffee. The model of Miss England there too. So you saw a few weeks ago I did a video from the Science Museum where they've actually got Seagray's boat there, Miss England too, in the exhibition. A couple of models here of K4. There's a little piece of paper here showing Donald Campbell K7 Bluebird, some world record speed records. So 55 is 202, 56 225, 57 239, right the way through to the final one, 1964, 276 mile an hour, and yeah, he was trying for the 300 when the boat flipped. You see on the the side of the pontoon there. You can see the infinity symbol and the K7 written underneath, and there's the indeed the Infinity 7 from Bluebird. Donald Campbell's racing gloves. Another larger model of Miss England down there. These are Coniston powerboat trophies. And this is Bristol Sydney Engineer, the Orpheus engine. Obviously this one in pristine condition, and then in front of it is some of the remains that brought up from Coniston of the front of Bluebird. Now if you see the markings on the floor here, this is the plan is for the boat to be displayed in the museum. There's actually a court case ongoing at the moment over who owns the boat. Basically the gentleman that brought the boat up has restored it into running condition. The plan was for it to be in the museum part of the year and run some of the year, and unfortunately the two parties have fallen out and there's a disagreement. So all that remains in the museum at the moment is this piece of metal, which you can see the pure energy of how this was ripped apart. If you look at the way that the rivets have all been ripped through. If I just come over here to the photograph that's on the wall, give you an idea of the front of the boat. If I just zoom in on this one at the bottom here, there's no light reflecting on it. You can see the front end of the boat there. As I say, that's what's in the museum at the moment. But you know, maybe Bluebird will come here, maybe it won't. I don't know. As I say, this gallery was built to house the boat. Just going back over here, there's some, as I say, these models of the Bluebird. You see the deflector here just next to the cab. This is part of the original baffles that were on there, spray baffles or spray deflectors. I'm guessing these were found after the crash on the water surface. And there's a piece of the body there with the original paint colour on. So it says here that the two sponsons from the K7 broke away during the impact, and this is a piece of metal from them. They were recovered, but they've disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to those. But these were small pieces, were given as small mementos to, you know, helpers and friends. This is the tank test model for Bluebird. This draftsman's board here says was used by Donald Campbell when he was working with the design of Bluebird K7 with the Norris brothers and Leo Velia in 1953 to 1954. So this is the jet pipe, just here, this round item for the Metro Vickers Beryl engine that was fitted to Bluebird K7, was built in 1954. It remained in the hydroplane during all 7 successful world water speed records. Those are the runs between 1955 and 1964, which was removed in the autumn of 1966 prior to the installation of the Bristol Siddeley engine, which is the one that was in it when it crashed. A fantastic model here, which shows Bluebird K7's base. So you can see the boat from its sort of makeshift building being pushed out into the water, and the cars and things around the area. Lovely, lovely model. Just outside is a statue of Donald Campbell. Just have a look through some of the other artefacts in the museum. So a gas mask down there. This is just a little display here to James Hewitson, born in 1892, died in 1963, and obviously, as it says up there, received the Victoria Cross. Sorry, I'm just reading here. On the 25th of June 1918, a citation was published in the London Gazette naming Hewitson for the most conspicuous bravery, citing his acts at Givony on the 26th of April that year, and he received the Victoria Cross. And when he came home in 1926, he bought a motorbike, and he used to ride it with his cap back to front. Indeed, here is the motorbike. Nice story. Other bits of artefacts here. In the small village outside. Some books here on climbing. The Fellow Rock Climbing Club. Coniston Tigers, Coniston Mountain Rescue. What else have we got here? The slate in the Coniston area. Look at the anvil down there. The museum is called the Ruskin Gallery, or Ruskin Museum, and I'm not going to go into it on this video, but there is a whole gallery here dedicated to Ruskin. So these are some of paintings and drawings that he did. Yeah, so just finished in the Ruskin Museum and taken a walk down the road, not too far down the road, to the Coniston cemetery where Donald Campbell was buried. And his gravestone in there does have a depiction of Bluebird into the top of it. Now I didn't film in the cemetery, but I did take a photograph which I'll put in the caption now. So, well, as I said, as I'm walking around, I'm not going to get into who's right or wrong on ownership of the boat. That's being fought out in a legal battle at the moment. But it's certainly a fitting museum. A lot of artefacts in there and a great gallery. Yeah, it'd be nice to see the boat in there, but I do understand why it's not there. For me to actually see parts of the boat in there, especially seeing the pure energy that's been pushed through the fuselage, was enough. Yeah, very moving place. So the museum itself, I will say, is quite small, a little bit expensive to get in for what's actually in there. But yeah, if you're in the area, definitely worth popping in and taking a look. Anyway, we'll leave that one there. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.